Hello everyone, welcome to my very first ever YouTube video on my very first ever YouTube channel. I can honestly not believe that I'm finally making a YouTube channel after all these years, and I thought that there would be no better way to start off my channel than reacting to arguably the worst musical of all time. Most of you guys already know that I have a Narnia account on Instagram. I've had it ever since 2016, and it took me 4 years to realize that there was a Narnia musical that came out in 1997, and actually one of my good friends, Amy, told me about it. Anyways, she told me that there was this musical and I was like, I have to check it out. So I'm gonna be reacting to Narnia the musical. It's on Spotify. If you ever feel like killing your brain cells, then you should listen to it. I'm not gonna listen to the whole thing because that would be a really long first episode, so I'm just gonna listen to some key songs. And by key songs, I mean I'm just gonna like randomly flip through Spotify and pick out ones. So without further ado, let's get started. I just hit my nose. That kind of hurt. My nails are long. Okay, so I have my phone here and I have my earbud in, and I'm going to listen to some of the songs from... Actually, it's not called Narnia the musical. It's called The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe the musical. Actually, it just says Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and it says a musical by some really hard to pronounce name. So this is the cover. Just this really amazing looking lion. Like, absolutely stunning. So we're gonna listen to it. Let's start with the very first song, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Let's just begin from the very beginning. A very good place to start.
The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, a tale of magic, fun, and mystery.
Wait, can we just acknowledge the fact that it started out as like a swing song? Like, I realize it takes place in the 40s, but it's like, this is the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Like, are they just like all coming out and doing like box steps? Like, it's not what I pictured for The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe the musical, but let's continue.
Show you a land where animals talk and trees can walk. You'll never believe.
No, you know what it reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of the theme song for Thomas the Train. Maybe it's not the theme song to Thomas the Train, but it's a song in Thomas the Train called Make Way for James, and it has the same sounding background vocalists. The lyrics so far aren't that bad. They're not too cringy, but it's interesting. I will give it that.
On the whole, we're very good. But Edmund had problems, he cast a blight.
Edmund had problems. Me too. I feel you, Edmund.
Restored to run.
Are they just telling us the entire plot before we even get into the musical? Because they just said that Aslan came and made it right, which is like the last half of the book. So you don't need to stay for the rest of the musical. You can just go for the first song and leave. Honestly, it's probably a smart thing to do. I wouldn't want to stay for this whole thing. Look at a funky little pan flute. Mr. Thomas has got his own little solo. Oh, she went for that high note. She did. I think someone's a little pitchy there, but maybe that's how it's supposed to be.
Oh, how lovely! This wardrobe is full of fur coats. I must just step inside for a minute.
That song wasn't the worst that I've ever heard. I think if I had to rate it 1 through 10, 10 being the best, 1 being the worst, I think I would put it at like a 5. You know, it was fun, it was quirky. I wouldn't ever imagine that for The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. But then again, apparently someone did, and they made a musical out of it. I'm really intrigued about what the teasing song is, and I have a sneaking suspicion it's going to be between Edmund and Lucy. So if this is Edmund's song, I'm stoked.
Susan, Peter, I'm here. I've come back. I'm all right.
Can we just point out that the Pevensies are all being played by adults, which is kind of weird, but also that's exactly what they did for the Percy Jackson musical, so it's not that weird. But still, I'm sure that there were some British like, look at Matilda. That was British kids, actual kids, in a musical. Why didn't they do that for this one? I'm just saying. It's been done before. I guess the 90s were a weird time.
That's a magic wardrobe, you know. There's a wood inside, and it's snowing.
We should
And
count
there's
how
a
many
fawn and a
voice
witch,
cracks
and it's
Lucy
called
has.
Narnia. Go in and see for yourselves.
Why you
Like,
goose,
Susan
it's just
sounds
an
like
ordinary
a
wardrobe.
40-year-old
Look,
woman.
There's the back
She
of
sounds-
it.
Yes, you've had your...
If that was Peter, why did he sound like he was on the verge of death? Like, he sounded so old. He literally sounded like a 50, like that could have been the professor. Like, if you had played me that clip and asked me,
Molly. Which character was that?
I would have been like,
The professor!
but
To drop it now.
why are these all like so jazzy and upbeat?
Did you really find a country in the world?
Did you really find a country in the wardrobe? I can't. Jesus, take the wheel. I can't do this anymore. I didn't think 2020 could get any worse, but this musical sent it into a different stratosphere. Oh my goodness.
It's over now.
Now perhaps there is a country in the cupboard, or a fawn living on the bottom shelf, and maybe there's a crowd of people under the chair. Come and see for yourself. Really, Lucy, you've gone too far. Tell us, you've had your little joke, but it's gone too far. Yes, you've had your little joke.
Don't make up such stories.
Ooh, that harmony.
Perhaps there is a chorus in the teapot, or a city in the middle of the hall.
Wait, I may be hearing this completely wrong, but it sounds like there are two female voices, and unless they added some random background vocalists, which would be really confusing, is Lucy singing with them? Is she teasing herself? Also, is that not Edmund? Because I listened to the Turkish Delight song, and Edmund sounded like a child, but these people sound like full-grown adults. So why isn't Edmund in this song? Because he's like the only one that teases her in the actual book. Why are Susan and Peter teasing Lucy in this? Did they not read the actual book? They just read the synopsis and went from there and created their own universe?
Don't you see you're being rather stupid?
Stupid! Can that play whenever I walk into a room? Please?
Stupid.
That is my anthem. This is disgusting, but I love it. On repeat for the rest of the year.
Please, wardrobe. Please let me get into Narnia
Does
once
the
more.
wardrobe get its own ballad?
Lucy!
Okay! Why does Edmund sound completely normal? He sounds like a child. He's like, Lucy! And then Peter's like, in the wardrobe. Like, he literally sounds like an oboe. Like, he sounds like he could be a voice actor for the BBC audio dramas, or the Focus on the Family audio dramas. But Peter literally sounds like the lowest note on a piano. And wait, Edmund entered the wardrobe and then all of these random people started howling and laughing? Who were they? Was that supposed to be Peter and Susan? I'm so confused. Without the visual on stage, I don't even know what I'm listening to anymore. I have no idea. Okay, so that song was undoubtedly worse than the first one. I would give it a 3 out of 10, if I'm being completely honest, and that's me being nice. I don't think the actors are necessarily bad singers. I just think that the material they were given was garbage. No one should ever be subjected to that. No one should ever have to sing that, but I guess you do it for the paycheck. My biggest question is, why do Peter and Susan sound the same age, if not older, than the actress who plays the White Witch? I understand if you want to use older actresses and actors for the golden age Pevensies when they're older, but why does Edmund sound like a literal infant and then Peter sounds like an old man? It just doesn't make sense. And so I'm gonna listen to 2 more songs before I end this video, and I have already listened to Turkish Delight, so it's not a blind reaction, and I listened to a little bit, wait, oh my gosh, I was going to listen to the rest of Here Comes the Cat because I listened to that a little bit before I started recording because I didn't want to waste my time listening to songs that weren't actually that weird. I wanted to find the weirdest songs possible. But I just saw a song that said, "The White Witch of Narnia rules okay." What does that mean? Was this person English when they wrote the songs? I feel like they must not have been. Judging by the last name, and the first name of the person under the, like, I guess the composer, the director, whoever this is, whoever's being credited, I don't think they speak English originally. Maybe I'm wrong, and I'm just judging them hardcore. Could be. But yeah, on to probably my favorite song, and I've only listened to 3. But Turkish Delight.
My poor child, how hungry you look. What would you most desire to eat?
She sounds so seductive, and it's really gross. We really like bringing out the hi-hats on those drums. Just giving you that jazzy swing feel.
Turkish Delight.
But here come the
Turkish Delight. Turkish Delight. Delight. Delicious.
I should have played the White Witch. Gosh, I missed my calling. I wasn't even born yet, but I should have played her.
You can't resist the great temptation of my succulent evil food. One lumpy bite makes your brain go pow, and you're hooked, hooked, hooked.
She just said, they can't resist my succulent evil food. I can't. I can't. Please, someone stop me. This is too much for me. I hate this song, but I love this song, and it might be my alarm when I wake up every morning. It just starts off with evil succulent food. Like, that's just my alarm. That's it. I found my new alarm, guys. I found it.
When you eat a piece of my corrupt
Like, what are these lyrics? Whoever wrote this, lyrical genius, Alan Menken could never.
that you were mesmerized, your mind will spin and fail to function. You'll be virtually hypnotized.
I mean, the actress isn't a bad singer at all, and she's actually doing a really good job being creepy, but I hate that she's being creepy. She's definitely giving me BBC White Witch vibes, 100%. It's creepy, I don't like it, but she's doing a great job.
Turkish Delight. Turkish Delight. Turkish Delight. Turkish Delight. Turkish Delight. Turkish Delight.
Delicious! Was that some... Wait, before I even comment on Edmund's singing, was that delicious supposed to be Ginnabrick? Or not Ginnabrick, my bad. Yeah, was that supposed to be Ginnabrick? Because if so, he's my favorite character so far. He deserves his own ballad.
I want of this delectable scrumptious sweet. I'd eat and eat it till I burst, because I'm hooked, 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 hooked. Go.
Because it's Turkish Delight.
She dying? I hope so.
Yes, Turkish Delight.
I might puke. I might puke. That just horrible, like, ASMR that they just threw in there. You know, why not? You know, we've already had a creepy sighing lady, poor little Edmund, and then why not just throw in some ASMR? So yeah, there's just like random dialogue at the end of that song, and I really don't want to stick around to find out what they have to say. So I'm just going to move on to our fourth and final song of this video. If you guys want me to do a part 2 reacting to other songs, maybe even a part 3, then let me know in the comments down below. But the next song that I'm going to, this is actually a blind reaction because, well, I guess the first 2 were also, but The White Witch of Narnia Rules Okay sounds like an absolute train wreck, so I'm beyond excited to find out what this is. Alright.
It looks as though I'm going to have 4 more statues for my collection.
Okay, it's another White Witch ballad, and we're bringing out the jazz. We're bringing out the jazz again. And evil cackling.
The White Witch of Narnia rules, okay.
Wait, the White Witch of Narnia rules, okay. Why? What is this style?
All you creatures on your knees and pray. The one who rules round here, so don't you dare disobey.
Happy little tune, like you evil woman.
Soon find out that you've been turned to clay.
Turn to clay.
Who was that?
I must
Turn to clay.
Honestly, I think I
I'll
missed my
do
calling
anything
being in this
to
musical. I
get.
think I would have had a blast.
So don't you dare.
I think I would have been great for that background vocalist, whoever the heck that was supposed to be.
Really
Wait, Edmund's there again?
I hadn't come. The witch is bad and cruel.
And cruel.
Was a crazy fool.
I was a crazy fool for listening to this song in the first place. Where's that demon in the background? It sounds like someone from Shrek, like one of the misfits in Shrek.
All the White Witch of Narnia rules, okay.
Why me, God? Oh my gosh. I think I forgot to rate Turkish Delight, the song. Okay, so Turkish Delight, the song, gets an actual -1,000 out of 10, mainly because of the White Witch and just everything that she did ticked me off. Edmund was the only redeeming quality. He was cute. He sounded, you know, like your typical young boy. He's obviously the best out of this entire musical. Even Lucy sounds older than him, which is so weird. And I'm well aware that girls tend to age faster than boys, but she's like 9 and they got like a 27-year-old to play her. I want to look up the cast and see what they all look like, because Edmund, I'm just imagining being like Peter, Susan, Edmund, and Lucy. That's what I'm picturing. But anyways, I rate that song like a 2 out of 10. It was meh. It wasn't really as good as Turkish Delight. It's really hard to get on Turkish Delight's level, but oh my goodness, I think I just wasted half an hour of my life on this. But it made for great content, hopefully. Like I said earlier, if you want me to do a part 2 where I react to more of the songs from The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, the musical, then hit me up in the comments below. Let me know if that's something you want to suffer through with me. I don't know how to end this. I mean, how do you end a video like this? I don't know.